Time to wake up. Ugh. What's up, guys? Cheers. What's up, guys? Fears. Audience. Fears. Well, guys, today is Monday, the start of a new week. What is up? And I thought we'd start off the week, with a Fears podcast. That's right. So, shout out to all the fans. And I'm going to put my headphones on here in just a minute. I'm just setting up here. Things have been going well, guys. I've got some big news. To tell you guys, and I cannot wait to tell everybody. It actually happened a couple of days ago, and I forgot to tell you. So, let me get set up here. Let me open up the chat. Shout out to all the fans. Let me just open up the chat, and then put my headphones on. And then we'll be able to rock and roll. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Monday. So far, my Monday is going pretty well. Pretty well. Okay. Give me 1 second here. What up, Pretend Stories? I'm just setting up. I'm just putting my headphones on. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Let me make sure my mic's on. Can you guys hear me? Yo, Pretend Stories, what's going on? How you been, buddy? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat. Pretend Story says, what's up, bud? What up? Well, shout out to everyone. Hope everyone's having a great, glorious day. I hope the audio is good. Hopefully you can hear me. I've got some exciting news to tell you. Okay, so this happened last week. So this is the first update. And I don't know. I just, for some reason, I forgot. I forgot to tell you guys. Because this actually started happening last week, like way before me and Randall's epic weekend together, and it's also happening this week. So, you know how I've been. Okay, good. Pretend Story says, "Yep, we can hear you." Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that the sound quality was coming in pretty good. So you guys know that I've been telling you guys work's been going well. Well, work has been going so well. Guess what happened? Pretend Stories and everyone watching. Fears got his 5th day back. I got my 5th day. So now Fears, finally, no more 3 days a week, 4 days a week. Finally, Fears got his 5th day back. What? Oh, yeah. So I got my 5th day back. I'm excited. They came up to me last week and was like, hey, Fears, we're starting to get picked up a little bit. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah. They're like, do you want to stay at the same work hours? They said, or do you want more? I said, more. I said, as many as you can possibly give me. And they're like, all right. They're like, Fears, you got your 5th day back. And I was like, sweet. So I got my 5th day back, guys. So yeah, Pretend Story says, congratulations, John. Well, thank you, Pretend Stories. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say. It just feels so good to be working 5 days again. So, yeah, I just completely forgot to tell you guys. So that was my bad. And, but man, it feels great. So, more paychecks, more monies, more moolahs. Let's see. Next update. I did watch the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem teaser trailer, and I like the animation, but as far as the story in the in the trailer, I'm not so sure. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. But never judge a book by a cover. So I half liked the trailer and I half didn't. So Pretend Stories, what did you think of it? The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem. Um, Always my favorite character will be Michelangelo. He's the party animal. He's the party dude, and he always made me laugh when I was a kid. So, am I looking forward to watching it? Oh, of course, absolutely. I always watch me some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I just hope the story's good. But I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out soon enough. So anyway, I'm going to say something in the Discord. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's see. Pretend Story says, I'm not. I never really got into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I'm not. But I'm not mad about it. Hey, listen. You know, just because you're not into it, buddy, doesn't mean like you were just you as a kid just were not a turtle man. Maybe you were a GI Joe fan. Maybe you were a Ghostbuster fan. Maybe you were a Crash Dummy type of kid. You know what I'm saying? We're all into stuff. We're all into different stuff. So yeah, I'll be honest. I hope one day they go back to like the '90s version of Turtles, like like where guys dressed up in turtle suits and it was live action. I would love to see another live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. I don't know if we'll ever get it again, but we'll see. We will see. So all right. So those are the two newest updates. So I watched the trailer and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm like, I'll watch the trailer, before I start the live stream, because I was like, oh, then I could tell them that I watched it and stuff. So yeah, I watched it about 10 20 minutes ago, right before the stream started. Pretend Stories, and like I said, I'm about 50-50 on it. But I'm just over the moon. I'm ecstatic that I got my fifth day back. I'm so happy that was like a reality. But yeah. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about Fears is going to be doing a Day of the Dead review. Day of the Dead review. And we're also going to be doing, I watched the other day, an oldie but a goodie, The Rundown. But I've never reviewed it, so I'm going to review it. Yo, Chicken Wizard, what's up? Chicken Wizard, Gizzard, Scissored, Kizzard, Bizzard, Scissored. Do you want me to stop or keep going? I'm just joking, buddy. Chicken Wizard says Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze was a childhood classic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. It wasn't just a classic, buddy, and it wasn't just a childhood classic. It was fucking epic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially that scene, like where Michelangelo convinces Leonardo to force feed Toka and Rajar some donuts. Yeah, that scene's great. That scene's great. And then all of a sudden, like Toka like grabs Michelangelo and he's like spinning him around, Chicken Wizard, and then just goes no, and just like throws him. He goes like 10 seconds of air and like goes flying through this billboard or some shit. Or the side of a wall, or whatever the hell it was. But yeah, shout out to Chicken Wizard. Chicken Wizard, Gizzard, Lizard, Scissored, Kizzard, Bizzard, Dizzard in the Chizat, and Pretend Stories. So, cheers. Let's see. Pretend Story says, working that full week, proudy. Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you so much. By the way, Chicken Wizard, before you came in, I told the good news. I told Pretend Stories. I've just been working away, and I guess because my job is starting to get a little busier, excuse me, real quick. I accidentally moved the computer. Because I've been working so hard, and because the business has been getting busier and busier, my boss came up to me and said, "Hey, Fierce, guess what?" And he goes, "I got some good news." And I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Well," he goes, "We've been starting to get more packages." He goes, "We've been starting to pick up, the busyness." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "So we're giving everybody more hours." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Nice." And he said, "So do you want a full week?" He goes, "Or do you just want to keep the hours that you're at now?" And I was at 4 days a week, and I said, "No." I said, "Give me as many hours as humanly as possible." And he went, "All right, cool." He goes, "Well, some days you're going to be working 6 days a week, and then some days you're going to be working 5 days a week." And I went, "That's fine with me." I'm like, "Let me know." So I guess they're going to alter it. 1 week I'll be on 5, and the other week I'll be on 6. So some weeks I won't be able to hang out with you guys on Saturday. So when I find out my schedule, which will be in 3 days, uh, I'll find out the schedule in 3 days for next week. But this week I got 5 days a week, making that monies, making that moolah. Oh yeah. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful work week. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're gonna do a Day of the Dead review, and then a rundown review, and then I don't think I've ever told you guys why I created Fearsman. Like, you guys heard the story of how I created Fearsman. Because it was a school project and stuff. But there was other meanings behind me creating my own superhero. So yeah, so I thought that would be a nice topic. If you guys have got any questions, or if you guys have got any topics that you want to talk about, let me know. So, but those are my topics for today. But once I get done with all those, and you got and as always, I'll answer all of your questions within reason. Don't be asking me some crazy shot. Um, and I usually will talk about any topic again within reason. Yo, Stinky Pete, that stinky motherfucker is in the house. That's right. He says it's the Fears Man. That's right. That's right. By the way, last weekend, another update. Bike week, Daytona Bike Week was phenomenal, phenomenal. And Randall's done 3 Daytona Bike Weeks, 3. Fears has done 1 so far. But man, oh man, that Daytona Bike Week, whoo, it was pretty rad. It was pretty awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I definitely will be going next year. Sorry about that. Freaking the mic freaking got a little loud. There we are. We got 8 people watching in the Chizat. It's the Fears Man. That's right. So yeah, Daytona Bike Week was amazing. I gotta say, oh my gosh, chicks galore, chicks galore. There was chicks everywhere, bikes everywhere. I took a few pictures. I'll be honest. I wish I would have took more. I took more pictures of the beach because I hadn't went to the beach in about 1 year, in about a year. But I took a picture of like a motorcycle here and there. I started the vlog out, which I'm going to be working on today, and hopefully have it up by the time I go into work tonight or tomorrow. I'm still waiting on Randall to do those 2 pictures. Randall, hurry your ass up! I'm just joking, buddy. I don't care. Get me the photos whenever you can. Anyway, so yeah, but Fears is finally back to 5 days a week. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Anyway, let's see what else has been going on. Oh, I'm gonna restate something. I know you guys have already heard it, but I always try to give Jeff a couple of plugs. Let's see here. The next convention is March 11th, the Orlando Collectors Fest. March 12th is the Collectors Fest, the sequel. So it's like 2 cons back to back. April 22nd is the Florida Extravaganza. So I'm kind of on the fence. I don't think I'm gonna go to the Collectors number 2, but I'm thinking I may go to the March 11th one. So this weekend. So I may go to the Collectors the Orlando Collectors Toy Fest in Kissimmee, Missouri. I mean in Kissimmee, Florida. Sorry, in Kissimmee, Florida. But I'm definitely going to the one. So I'm on the fence. I don't know, yay or nay. Maybe I'll go. But I'm for sure going to the Orlando Star Wars May the Force Be With You convention on May 7th. So if you guys want any information on these, always here's the schedule. So take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. There we are. There we are. And that or just go to Florida Toy Shows, Florida Toy Show, and Expos. Write that in, and my buddy Jeff's Facebook will pop up, and their official Facebook page. Pretend Story says Bike Week sounds sexy. Um, yes, it was. Yes, it was. There was so many ladies. So many ladies. Hey, John, can you see Mickey Knox? They're asking if this means more conventions soon. I don't know who Mickey Knox is. I can't see Mickey Knox. I have no idea who that is. Um, and they're asking more conventions soon. Yes, more conventions. Look at that massive schedule. Again, I'm on the fence though. I'm on the fence if I should go to the March 11th one, and the March 11th one is in Kissimmee, Florida, and it's called the Orlando Collectors Toy Fest. So if you guys ever want to come hang out with Fears or do like a Fears meetup, you guys can see me at these cons. To get information and to buy tickets, you just go to Florida Toy Shows and Expos. Write that in on Facebook. Their Facebook page will pop up. Then there'll be a link to buy tickets, and then there'll be another link to go to Jeff's website, and you can get even more information. But yeah, and I haven't decided. I'm going to go visit my mom and my grandma and my brother and the rest of my family either in the summertime, so maybe around June or July, or around my birthday in October. I just have not decided, but it'll be one of those two. And I'll keep you guys updated. But oh yeah, more toy shows. Wow, wow, wow. Oh yeah, it's happening. It's happening. So yeah. All right. So if you guys didn't watch yesterday's stream, Fears reviewed Chud, and I will fully recommend that. Me and Pixel were going. Me and Visions were talking about it. And I looked right at Visions and said, Visions, Fearsman approved. So I want to give another personal shout out to Visions for referring that movie to me. It was hilarious. I love the movie. Now it's in the Fears collection for life. It was bloody fantastic. Also, last weekend, I found Chud and I found this bundle of joy. So I'm going to save this for last. I'm going to save the best for last. So I'm going to start with the first topic. The first topic. Fangirl Kate. She says hello. Well, hello. How are you? Let's see. Fears. Do you have chat on live chat? I don't know. Let's see here. Do I have it? Let me click on it. Now I do. Now I do. It says, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. Yeah. I had it on top chat. I'm sorry. Now I have it on, it says, live chat, all messages are visible. I mean, unless I have someone blocked. But, I thought it automatically went to live chat. I guess you have, let's see. Top chat, some messages such as potential scam may not be visible. Oh, okay. Well, everything should be visible now. Everything should be visible. There it is. All right. So I'm going to start with why the Fearsman made why I created Fearsman. Well, for a couple of reasons. One, it was a class project, and I've already told you guys that story. But two, Fears. Ever since I was a wee little lad, I've always enjoyed superheroes, and one superhero in particular. Dun 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 dun. That's right, Superman. I always thought Superman was so cool, and I still think he's cool. Even though he's an oldie, he's an oldie superhero. He's a classic superhero. You know, so that was another reason. Another reason was I'll be honest. Uh, I looked up to superheroes growing up because I'm sure you guys got picked on like when you were little. Fears got picked on so much. I was short. I wore glasses. I didn't get contacts until the fifth or sixth grade. So they called me Four Eyes every single day. It got so bad sometimes. Fears ate his lunch in the bathroom. I would just sit on the toilet, put my brown paper, sack bag on the floor with my little juice bottle. I'd sip my little juice bottle and eat my little peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then after I ate, I would just walk to the nurse's office and say, "Hey, do you mind if I just sit in here until the rest of lunch is over?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, sure." So that was another reason why I created Fears, man. I was like, and also I hate. That's why sometimes I fight back to the trolls, guys. Not always, because sometimes it's fucking annoying, man. They think they can just do and say whatever the hell they want, and they're fucking idiots. I do not like negativity. I hate negativity. I hate when someone picks on someone. I hate when someone is mean to someone. I hate when, you know, uh, any form of negativity. That's why I went nuts on those Florida fairgrounds people, because they were treating people like crap. They were treating people like crap, and I was just like, well, I'm like, they shouldn't do that. And so I was like, all right, time to step up for the little guy, Fears. And I was like, yo, shut your cake hole. All right. I'm like, it doesn't matter where you park. I'm like in this massive field, just as long as we can park somewhere. And they're like, oh, okay, my bad, And I was like, yeah. I'm like, just shut up. I'm like, just tell people park in this field. End of conversation. You know? Now, I could see if someone did not park in that field, then they could bitch and moan and be like, oh, no, you can't park over there. You got to park in this field. And I was abiding the rules, I was abiding the rules and I parked, but I was like, I'm not going to park 2 miles away. The convention's here. I'm going to park right in the front row parking spots. So, yeah. Yep. Yo, Destin24, what's up? And then your friend Jen. Hi, John. Fuck you, pretend stories. Oh, damn. Oh, Lord. Wow. Well, I gotta say, pretend stories. You and your roommate, you guys go back and forth. You guys go back and forth. So those are a couple of reasons why I created Fears, man. Another reason I was like, why not? Why not? I'm like, there's so many superheroes out there, and I was like, there's not too many funny superheroes, except for like Deadpool. So Fears Man is a mixture of Deadpool and Superman and Shazam, because Shazam kind of is a funnier character too, So it's a mixture of all three of those, but mostly it's a big, big, big parody ripoff of Superman, kind of an honor Superman. It makes fun of Superman and it honors Superman at the same time. So I would say the three main one. It was a class project. The teacher had us make a. She goes, I want you to write a report, a backstory, an origin story of your superhero. She said your superhero must have a name, must have a superhero name, must have powers, must have a planet that he's from. And so she gave us the criteria, and I was like, all right, well, what can I do? And I was like, well, I've already got a cool name. So uh, it went through many names. At first it was Fearsy, Fearsy, Fearsy. Then it was the Fearsman, and then just Fearsman. Then it was just Fears. Then it was oh God, I'm trying to remember because this is a long time ago. Uh, I can't remember the rest, but we had a good like 10, 20 names, and finally I was just like, well, I'm like John, I'm like, if you want to get it near Superman as much as possible. Well, Superman, Fears Man. So that's what I landed on. So the main reasons were it was a class project. I hate all forms of negativity, and I was like, how cool would it be to make a funny, awesome, non-negative, superhero, kind of Deadpool-ish, Shazam-ish, Superman-ish, um, Batman-ish, Batman-ish. because I think one fan said, "Well, Fearsman has killed before." I'm like, he does kill, but he only kills the most evil villains, most evil, vile villains, and the people that deserve to die. That's right. But if Fearsman, if they don't deserve to die, then Fearsman would just save you. But there's a lot of evil shits out there. So yeah. And me and Randy are almost done. We're so close to Fearsman 5. I recorded some more dialogue a couple of weeks ago. We need to finish writing the last part of the script, and Randy is almost done with all the cartoon drawings. So we're getting there. We are getting there. All right. All right, let's see here. Let's see. I think I'm going to review the rundown next. All right. Who doesn't love Dwayne the Rock Johnson? He is a great wrestler, a great actor. Um, he is went from like humble beginnings, living in Hawaii and stuff. So, and then he got a wrestling deal. His dad was a wrestler. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. I like the Rock persona that he created. Uh, and not a lot of people know this, but his first like television movie acting gig, he actually did an episode of Star Trek Voyager. That was his very first television gig, I believe. I mean, he was already on television anyway, with WWE and all that stuff. But the very first time he did something else besides wrestling, I believe he did one episode of Star Trek Voyager, and I never knew he did that. I never knew that he did that. And whenever I was watching Voyager all the way straight through, he plays some alien on a planet that's like in a war game. And it kind of reminded me of like American Gladiators, and you have to survive in this pit. And if you don't survive in this pit, then they put you to death. And if you do survive, then they just keep using you as like entertainment value, I guess. And The Rock plays one of the battle warriors, basically. Um, let's see. Pretend Story says you should get rid of Jen, Johnny. She's a bit off. No, 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 no. I won't do that. I won't do that. Again, Pretend Stories. I only kick people out if they're vile if they're vile in the chat, if they make fun of my family or friends, or if I know for a fact they're trying to troll me and cause drama, then I'll block them. Then I'll get rid of them. But Jen has not done that yet. Yo, heroes, what's going on? What up? What up? What up? Today. I just thought I'd do a single show today because I've only got a little bit of stream time left, buddy. But shout out to Heroes and Villains Collectibles, my buddy, my pal. Be sure to check him out at Heroes and Villains Collectibles on pretty much everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good jazz. I did message Visions. Hopefully, Visions will be here soon. But big shout out to Visions because I'm saving this for last. Oh man, this is going to be a good review. I watched it last night before I went into work, and whoo, man, it was good. It was good. It was good, good, good. So hopefully Visions will get here soon. But I mean, Visions works a lot, just like I do. So if he doesn't come, I understand. I completely understand. Plus, he's got a lady, so sometimes Lord Visions gets a little busy. But shout out to Heroes and Villains Collectibles. So yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, let's start with the rundown. So this is not his first movie. I think his very first like straight like movie. I believe his first one was the Scorpion King. I think he did the Scorpion King first. Then he did that one where he plays a sheriff of a town and he has to like battle people like a piece of wood or whatever. And then I think he did this. So, but this is one of his first like action movies. It's not his first one, but it's one of his first ones. Tons of bonus features, deleted scenes, Rumble in the Jungle, Hawaiian style appetite for action heroes, the Rock uncensored, running down the town, the Rock's commentary for the movie, and then producer and director's commentary. So lots of bonus features here, guys. Lots. Heroes says, "You're good. I'm here editing videos now at work." Oh, that's what's up, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what, Heroes. I used to do that too. It got really boring sometimes being a security officer. So sometimes I would grab my laptop and put it in my bag with all. I keep all my other editing stuff that I keep like batteries in there. I keep all my cameras in there. I keep the last gift that my dad bought me before he passed away, the camera in there. I keep my hard drive in there, all that. So whenever I need it to edit, I'll just go over there, just grab it out, hook it up to my computer, do a little editing, put it back in there, so everything's organized. By the way, tons of movies, tons of television stuff to go. You see all this stuff right here? This is all new stuff that Fierce has bought across the way. So, Northern Exposure, Transformers, Married with Children, and then Randall gave me Taken. So, I have got to watch all this. So, Fierce is going to be busy the next couple of weeks. In between work and in between going out trying to find a lady and getting out there. Because I try to leave my apartment whenever I can. But whenever I'm in my apartment and there's nothing going on, then I go over to the TV section or I go over to the movie section and have a little watch. And as we all know, sometimes Fears, it's 50-50. Sometimes I'll make it through the movie, or sometimes I'll have to watch it twice. I'll be watching, and then this couch is so goddamn comfortable. Plus, I always use my handy dandy Ghostbuster blanket, and I'll throw my Ghostbuster blanket over me while I'm watching the movie. And then I'll get a little tired, and I'll just snooze off to sleep. Have a little El Napo. Because Fears, why? We old guys, we love our naps. Fears is going to be 40 this year. Holy shit. I don't feel 40, though. I don't feel 40. Heroes. I did watch the trailer. I did watch the trailer to the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Of course, Fears loves the Shiat out of Michelangelo. So will I go see it? I probably will go see it. Yes. But I liked the animation, but the story in the trailer, I was like, I don't know. I would really like to see a live-action Ninja Turtle movie come back. They made 3 of them in the 90s. I would love for another one to come back. I doubt we'll ever see a live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie ever again. And people are like, well, Fears, like, they already did that with, like, Megan Fox. And I'm like, no, that one does not count. Yes, there was real people in it, but the turtles were not real. They were, like, digitally put in. That does not count in my eyes. They need to be the guys in the suits, in the turtle suits, because that's the best the best version of the turtles that I've ever seen. The best cartoon version of the turtles, probably the original 80s cartoon. The original 80s cartoon. That's my favorite. The second one, probably TMNT, the 4th movie. So, yeah. No, I didn't ruin anything, Heroes. I'm just saying I'm 50-50 on it. I just didn't like the story inside the trailer. I didn't say anything about the story, buddy. I just said I'm kind of 50-50. I said, will Fears go see it? I said, most likely, but I said, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to love it or hate it. But there was some funny scenes in the trailer. But did I like it as a whole? Not so much. So I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Michelangelo, he was rocking, though. He was rocking. But, I mean, hopefully one day we get a live action of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again. But, yeah. No, I didn't ruin anything. So Heroes, your concept of it may be completely different than mine. Because when I watched it, I was just like, nah, another cartoon movie of it. I'm like, that's been there. We've been there, done that. And then when I was watching it, I don't know, just to me, the story in it, in the trailer, I was just like, I'm like, it's all right. I'm like, is it spectacular? Nah, not really. But at least Michelangelo was a rockin'. But anyway, your perspective of it may be completely different. So I'm looking forward to your review, buddy. But that's my review on it. All right, let's get back to the rundown. So if you guys don't know what this is, basically, Dwayne the Rock Johnson plays this guy named Beck, and he wants to open up a restaurant. He wants to get out of the business that he's already in, and the business that he's in. He's basically like a runner. He's basically like a runner. He runs down people that are running away from their financial arrangements, or they're running away from something. Someone hires them. Someone hires Beck to track these guys or these ladies or whoever down, and then he brings them to justice. And he's just getting sick and tired of it, and he's just like, I want out. And his boss is like, all right. He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, you do me one last job, and you'll get your money, and then you'll be able to have enough money to open up your restaurant. He goes, and then I'll never bother you ever again. And then Dwayne the Rock Johnson's character's like, all right, what the hell is the last? What's the last mission? And he goes, I need you to like retrieve my son from the Amazon. Like he dropped out of college, and he's like this treasure hunter, and he's kind of a bum. And that's Sean William Scott's character right here, and. And then his dad's basically like, he's never going to find this treasure that he's looking for. So Beck goes all the way to the Amazon. And basically, it's a funny action adventure comedy. Basically, of these two guys battling it out until they team up towards the end to take down this evil villain guy almost at the end of the film. But most of the heart and meat of the middle of the movie is basically Sean William Scott's character trying to get away from Dwayne the Rock Johnson's character. Do I recommend it? Yes. It's action adventure, but it's also funny. So I don't have anything bad to say about this. It's funny, plenty of action, plenty of funny. It's definitely a 9 out of 10 for Fears. I love this movie. I've watched it many times, many times. My favorite scene, probably towards the end. It's one of the last few scenes where he finally brings him back to his dad, and I guess they became buddy buddy. But like Dwayne the Rock Johnson's character doesn't really want to admit to it, and he goes, "Oh hey," he goes, "before I go, you've got to try this fruit." And so his boss eats this piece of fruit, and this fruit incapacitates him. He falls away. He grabs his money, and then he tells Sean William Scott's character, like, all right, here's your chance. Now we can get out of here. And he's like, what are you doing? And he goes, what do you mean what I'm doing? He goes, I'm saving your ass. He goes, you don't want to be with your dad. So he's like, grab the money. Let's get the hell out of here. And then like Sean William Scott's character's like, I love you. He goes, I knew there was something about you. He goes, but I wasn't sure. He goes, you did it, man. You really did it. And then he's like, you know what, man, we should go back in there and finish him off. And then like Dwayne the Rock Johnson's character's like, you want to go back in there? Take a shot. Yeah, go for it. He goes, I'll be waiting right here. And then he's like, I'm just joking, man. He goes, all right. He goes, then shut up and then get in the truck and let's get the hell out of here. And he's like, don't push me. And then, like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's, like, 6 foot tall. And then Sean William Scott's, like, about my height, like 5'6". And then he takes off his glasses and he's like, what did you just say to me? And then he's like, oh. He goes, I owe you one. And he goes, remember when you kicked my ass? He goes, now it's time for me to kick your ass. And then Dwayne The Rock Johnson's just, like, folding his hands because he knows he could take this guy down in 2 seconds. And he's like, go for it. And then he's like, oh man, he goes, it's on. He goes, a little thunder, a little lightning, a little thunder, a little lightning. And then all of a sudden, he gets like about 2 inches from The Rock's face, and he goes, I'm just joking, man. And he goes, I'll see you in the truck. And then all of a sudden, he just puts his glasses back on. He goes, I'll freaking kill that kid. And then that's the end. So that's my favorite scene. There's other good scenes, like probably my second favorite scene is the bar fight. When he first comes in, and he finds Travis, and Travis is like just drinking in this bar. Well, Travis owes some guy some money, so he basically whips Travis's ass, and he goes, Travis, he goes, I'm telling you, he goes, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. And he goes, option A or option B. And then he's like, what's option A? And he goes, well, option A is, he goes, I don't break your bones. He goes, you finish your drink, and you and me get in my Jeep, and we drive back to the airfield, and then we make our long trip back to Los Angeles. And then he's like, what's in Los Angeles? He goes, your father. And then quickly he goes, What's option B? And he goes, pretty much the opposite of option A. He goes, but I wouldn't recommend that one. And then he's like, I'll take option C. And he goes, Travis, there is no option C. And he goes, really? He goes, there's always an option C. And he's like, not in my world. He goes, there is no option C. There's option A and there's option B. Well, Travis does not take the high road and gives him a bunch of shit. Of course, Dwayne The Rock Johnson beats the living shit out of him, puts handcuffs on him. He's about to walk out the door. All of a sudden, the guy that Travis owes money to comes in and goes, unfortunately, Mr. Beck, he goes, Travis owes me some money. He goes, and he may know the location to a secret idol that he's been looking for years down here. So he's like, I'm going to need him to stay. And Beck's like, I already paid you $1,000 for you to show me where he is. And he goes, think of it as a down payment. He goes, a contribution, for you to stay healthy. And he's like, look, I don't want any trouble. And he's like, then leave and don't ever return. And then Beck's like, listen. He goes, I'm feeling pretty healthy. And there's this guy with the whip and guy with the gun. And Beck's character, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character, it's like, you guys are fucking idiots. He goes, I'll take you guys down in 8 seconds. And that's pretty much what he does. He takes them all down in 8 seconds, grabs Travis, and then they make to way. That's probably my second favorite scene. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. My friend Jen says, mind if Sarah pops by? Ooh, 2 ladies pretend stories, and that's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Why are you asking me here? Text me. Pretend Story says, John, get rid of her, please. Well, I'm not going to listen, no offense, Pretend Stories. I know you live with Jen. You guys handle it. But Jen has not done anything to me for me to warrant getting rid of her. So you guys work it out. I have nothing against Jen and Pretend Stories. I love you, buddy. We're good buddies. But I don't want to get involved in any of your drama. So that's just me. So please don't take it out on me. I'm having a great day, by the way. Oh, and by the way, the sun's out. It's a beautiful day outside. Fears went for a walk this morning. I came home, got some sleep, after work. Got some sleep. Woke up around 10-ish. 10-ish. Got a shower. Went for a walk. So that was a nice walk. Beautiful. Not too hot outside. Not too cold. Perfect. So, do I recommend this? Yes. Watch it. Good action movie and also a good comedy. It's a duel, Comedy action. The Rock's good in it. Sean William Scott, he kind of reminds me of me, because I would love to be the stand-up comedian in a action movie. Like, I like to make people laugh, but also I'd be like, oh, dude, how fucking cool would it be to be in an action movie, like kicking ass and taking names, but also have like humor. Like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, in some of his movies, he does that. In some of his movies, he's the comic relief, and he's a badass motherfucker, like killing people in movies, like, action hero, like, getting shit done. But other times, he's just a straight up action hero, not funny at all, and he goes, time to get shit done, time to get business done. You know what I'm saying? So he can do both. By the way, I follow The Rock on Instagram. Oh my God, this guy's no joke. This guy works out every day. So I give him credit. I wish Fears worked out every day. But man, his cheat meals, he deserves these cheat meals because he works out Monday through Saturday. And then on Sunday, he makes these epic, like, going ballistic, like, elaborate cheat meals. Like, he'll make, like, 13 grilled cheese sandwiches. He's like, yeah, this is nothing to me. And just gobble them all up. And I was like, that would make Fears puke out a lung. Especially, because of the cheese. But I'll be honest with you guys. Because of my surgery, that happened, like, it's hard to believe it's been 2 years since that surgery. It goes by quick. I've been able to handle certain cheeses and certain milk products better. So whatever that doctor did to my insides, the Crohn's attack, don't get me wrong, the Crohn's attacks still happens, but just not as much these days. So whenever she cut me open, whatever she fixed in there, thank God, because I can eat. That's why sometimes, like, everyone's like, well, Fears, there's cheese on that pizza. I'm like, I know. Thank God I can eat some cheeses now. So I owe a lot to that surgeon. And the first time it happened, I remember Sam cooked me pizza. And normally I've just gotten into the habit. I rip off the cheese. and just eat the pie, because that's the only way I can eat pizza. And I was just having so much fun playing Dead Space. I just went, oh yeah, thanks, Sam. And I just threw it in my mouth. And then on the way home, I was like, oh shit, I didn't rip off the cheese. I'm like, all right, well, this is going to be a night on the toilet, Fears, before you go to work. It's going to be 4 hours on the toilet, shitting your brains out. And I didn't shit once. And I was like, well, maybe it was a fluke. And then Sam's like, well, test it, Fears. He goes, next time you come over, eat another pizza with cheese. And I was like, all right. So I did. Nothing happened. So for the last couple of months now, nothing's happened. And I've only had a Crohn's attack like once or twice. And I'm like, nice. Now, I haven't tested it out like on milk yet. Because, I don't know. If I had a sip of milk, that would be fine. If I had a glass of milk, I don't know what would happen. Back in the day, it would probably kill me. But, I don't know. Maybe I should, like, just try, like, a real glass of milk, like, once and see what happens. So, I'll do a progress report and I'll let you guys know. But so far, I can eat certain cheeses. But then Sam was like, well, Fears, maybe it's just those certain cheeses that you can have now. And I was like, your guess is as good as mine, buddy. But, yeah. So, anyway, it's been a while since I watched that. But anytime I do a review, I always rewatch it. Because some of these old movies, I've had this movie a long time. I've just never reviewed it for you guys. So, if I haven't bought a Blu-ray in quite a while, which sometimes in between I'm like, oh, I haven't bought anything really new. I'll just go to the Blu-ray section and go, all right, which one have I not reviewed for them? Okay, I haven't reviewed that one. So today was 50-50. I bought this last weekend, watched it last night. So I was like, all right, well, now I've got something to review. This one I've had for like 4 or 5 years. And I was like, well, I've never done a review on it. So I'll review this one. I'll do this one. So yeah. Yep. It's good. The Rundown, check it out, guys. Like I said, action, comedy, great movie locations in it. Obviously, they didn't film it in the Amazon and in Brazil and shit. But I don't know where they filmed it. It kind of reminds me of Hawaii because there's a lot of movies that Hawaii. Sometimes they double Hawaii for Brazil. It looks like Hawaii, and that would make sense because Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I don't know if he's from Hawaii, but he lived his younger youth in Hawaii. Maybe he is from Hawaii. I know he's got Polynesian, I think it's Polynesian, like roots. Like, you know how like Fears has got British roots? He either has Hawaiian roots or Polynesian or some shit like that. And I remember like when he was on the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon showed a picture of him at 15, and he was like sitting in his room, and he had a massive fucking boombox behind him. And at 15, he was already fucking muscular, and he had a flowing like porn mustache. And I was like, The Rock does not look fucking 15 here. He looks like he's 23 in this fucking picture. And so yeah, he's one of my favorite actors, and he's one of my favorite wrestlers. So yeah. Is he? Is he Pixel? I didn't know that. Well, he must have moved to Hawaii then, because I've heard. Thank God, Pixel's like the like I like wrestling, but Pixel is the Lord, Emperor genius when it comes to wrestling. Because Pixel not just doesn't like wrestling, he loves wrestling. But I'll be honest, Pixel, I only like certain wrestlers, and I only like certain things, and me and you have had tons of conversations about this, buddy. But I didn't know that he was from South Carolina. But then he must have moved to Hawaii, because I've heard Dwayne The Rock Johnson talk tons of times in interviews that, hey, growing up in Hawaii was awesome. But you know what? Let's just Google it real quick. Where is The Rock from? Not that I don't believe you, Pixel, but let's see here. Let's see. Oh, actually, listen, you know what? Pixel? It says that he was born in California. It says Dwayne The Rock Johnson was born in Hayward, California on May 2nd, 1972. The son of a famous former professional wrestler, Rocky Johnson. So they must have moved from California, and then they must have lived in South Carolina for a little bit, and then they must have moved to Hawaii. Because it says here on Google that he lived for a time in South Carolina, but then they said he lived most of his life in Hawaii. Well, there it is. There it is. And Pixel, since you're here, wait, I was kidding. It was a Fears meme with you. Well, I mean, then they must have messed up on Google Pixel because it said maybe he traveled to South Carolina, but on Google it said he was born in California, and then for a time he moved around a lot, and then in on Google it said that him and his family moved to Hawaii. Yeah, but that was a nice Fears meme. He says, "I was kidding. It was a Fears meme with you thinking I was from South Carolina and Tommy. I know, hilarious, right? Hilarious. A lot of fans like wrestling. That's true. That Pixel is very true. Tommy NC 2010, the dude, me, Pixel, a whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of people. Pixel, I gotta ask you since we're talking about Dwayne the Rock Johnson and I just finished my review on the rundown. One, it's a two-part question. One, have you seen this movie? And two, what's your favorite wrestling match that Dwayne the Rock Johnson has ever been in? Probably mine is when him and Stone Cold Steve Austin were fighting on the bridge, and then like the Rock's like, you can go to hell, and like pretty much just uppercuts Stone Cold in the face, grabs him and goes gung, and just fucking launches him off the fucking bridge, and Stone Cold like falls down into like this river and shit, and then he like throws the title bells in there, and he's like, you can go to hell, and all that other stuff. That's one of my favorite. Now that's another like battle. Like my favorite thing ever is when Stone Cold Steve Austin just tortured the shit out of Vince McMahon. That's my favorite rival, like battle back and forth. But my second one was The Rock battling it out with Stone Cold Steve Austin, because Stone Cold Steve Austin is my favorite wrestler, hands down, hands down of all time. I liked his wrestling moves. I liked the stunner. I like his persona. He was just like the biggest badass in the world. I love that he shaved his head, his little vest and shit. He just had a cool, like, look about him. You know what I'm saying? So, Pixel, if you had to pick a favorite match, like an all-time favorite match of The Rock's, which one? That's my favorite, the shit on the bridge. And I guess that's a match. I don't know if you'd call that a match, but that's my favorite. Well, I don't know if it's a match. My favorite clip of The Rock battling it out with someone. He has tons of good matches, but The Rock and Mankind at Royal Rumble 99 was brutal and good. Also, Rock versus Hogan, Rock versus Austin. Oh, yeah. Nice. Did you have a favorite finisher move? I mean, I loved his where he would I don't remember the name of it, but he would kind of go like that, and then he'd like rip his glasses off, and then he would run, like the guy would be laying on the ground like this, and then he would run across him, bounce off of one ring, and then jump over him, jump over the guy, bounce off the other ring, and then stand right over him, and then rip his glasses off, and then like kind of give him the people's elbow. I guess that's what it was called. That one was good. But my favorite finisher move of all time, is Stone Cold's. The Stunner! That one's my favorite of all time, dude. Of all time. But I think it's called the people's elbow. I think that's what, if memory's serving me right. If I'm wrong, Pixel, refresh my memory. I think that's what it was called. But again, I'm not the biggest wrestling fan in the world. I like wrestling, but I'm like, Pixel, you would get along with my buddy Trent. My buddy Trent is the ultimate. Besides you, Pixel, like you're the ultimate wrestling fan, and Trent. You and Trent would get along great. You guys could talk wrestling for hours. Trent used to wrestle professionally until his back got messed up. He messed his back up. He used to wrestle in downtown St. Louis at something called like Gateway St. Louis Wrestling. I think that's what it's called. It may have been under different management now, or or different name, but yeah, he used to wrestle back in the day, and I remember he was so bummed. He like me, it was me, Trent, Eric, Tom, Jesse, all the guys, and he goes, guys, I got some bad news. And he goes, well, he goes, I've got some bad news, I got some good news. He goes, the good news is, he goes, I found the love of my life through wrestling, and I'm gonna get married to her, and we're gonna have kids, and I'm gonna be a dad. And I was like, hey, that's cool, man. And I didn't get to go to Trent's wedding, but I went to his bachelor party because that's when I was like in school and working and stuff, so I kind of missed his wedding. But Trent understood. But he goes, that's the good news. He goes, but the bad news is, he goes, I hurt my fucking back. And he goes, the doctor said if I do any more wrestling, it's just going to rupture a disc in my back. And he goes, I can't afford it. And I said, can't you go to a chiropractor? He goes, oh, fierce. He goes, I've already went. He goes, I've went a couple of times. He goes, and he goes, they fixed my back a little bit. And he goes, but I'm not. He goes, I'm not even going to take a chance. And I was like, no. I'm like, yeah, listen. I'm like, I got you, buddy. So, yeah. All right, Jen. Good to see you. Jen said she's got to get back to work. All right, peace, Jen. Good to see you as always. Have a good one. But, yeah. So, Pixel, what is your favorite finisher move? Since we're talking wrestling real quick before I move on to Day of the Dead, buddy. Oh, yeah. Which, by the way, Pixel, oh, man. Oh, man. I watched Chud the other night, and I did a review. Uh, Thank God Visions referred me that movie. Shout out to Visions for referring me. Visions, I'm telling you, he's been on point, man. He has been on point. Well, he's always been on point, but he knows his cheesy horror movies. He's like, Fierce, I'll refer you this to you. Every single one he's referred me, like Night of the Comet was fucking great, and fucking what was the other one he did? Uh, 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 what was the fucking other one? Night of the Comet and Chopping Mall. All of them have been on point, man. And I popped in a Chud Pixel. Whoo! Pixel? Have you seen that? I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, you've got to fucking check out that movie. Holy shit, that movie is. I don't mean to curse, but it was so good, dude. So good. Oh my god. And then I found out about this one by myself because growing up, Fears was a big Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead. I was a big zombie fan. Still am a big zombie. The best zombie scene, though, Pixel, I've ever seen is in Return of the Living Dead, where Bert and what the hell is the black guy's name? Oh, Spider. Bert and Spider. All right, we're gonna run through the zombies and get to the fucking like squad car, like the fucking police car. And we're gonna drive up, and then we'll quickly like get you. And so basically they're trying to get the girl and the mortician guy. He accidentally breaks his leg, and they try to do it, but there's just zombies all over the fucking car. And he's like, oh, fuck. So they try to back up, do it again, and he's like, we gotta split. And then Spider's like, no, we can't split. And he's like, you fucking coward. And then he goes, and then like they drive off, and then like the girl's like, they left us. And then the mortician guy's all like, they had to. And he's like, Bert will send help. I know he will. And then all of a sudden, like, Spider's like, what the hell are you doing, man? He goes, we can't just leave him. And then Bert's all like, they would have turned over the goddamn car. And he goes, and then Spider's like, you fucking coward. And he's like, fuck you. And then Pixel, they almost run over. He's like driving through the cemetery. He almost runs over like two zombies. And he's like, all right, hang on, Spider. Here we go. They fucking crash right through the fucking cemetery gates, right? Drive up this fucking road. All of a sudden, an army of fucking like zombies are like waiting outside. And then Spider just goes, what the fuck is this? And then he's all like, Jesus H. Christ. And then he fucking goes back to the warehouse. Me? Why the fuck would you go back to the warehouse? Why wouldn't you just slam it in reverse and go, hey, zombies, die, you motherfuckers. Hit the gas and just full on just drive right through them. You're in a car, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have done. I would have been like, hey, fuck, you're already dead, so Fears is just going to run your ass over and plow right through it. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, Bert, being the idiot he is, he just backs up. Oh, back to the warehouse. That's my favorite scene. That's my favorite zombie scene of all time. Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyway, Pixel, what's your favorite finishing move? Let me know. Put it in the chat. If you guys got any finishing moves of wrestlers, since Pixel brought the topic up, it's a good topic. Put it in the chat. I want to hear people's finishing moves. But I highly recommend checking out Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in The Rundown. It's a very good movie, very enjoyable. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got action adventure. It's got action. It's got comedy. It's got great movie locations. Again, I think they filmed a lot of it in Hawaii, and I gotta say, me and Randy were talking about this when we were at the beach last weekend. That's definitely on my to do list. I think either I brought it up or Randy brought it up. He's like, "Oh, Fears, you definitely want to do some more traveling?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Before I die, I said I want to do some more traveling." And then he was like, "Oh, well, like where would you want to go?" I said, "Oh, well, I definitely want to like hit up a couple more times in in England to see my family." And then he's like, "Anywhere else?" I said, "Oh, well, I'd love to go to the Bahamas and I'd love to go to Hawaii." I've never gotten to go to Hawaii. My grandma and my Grandpa Fears and Grandma Fears have went a couple of times to Hawaii, but I have never. Me, my mom and my dad and my brother, we never got a chance. We went to California like 2 or 3 times. We went to Florida 16, 17 times. So that was like our version of Hawaii. But I never have gotten a chance, not yet, to go to uh, Hawaii. But it's on my to-do list. I'm telling you. I've heard good things. I have really heard of good things, and uh, I definitely would like to check it out. A lot of my friends have gone. Like my friend Eric, he's went to the Bahamas, and he's took his wife to. I think they've went to Hawaii. I'm pretty sure they have. I know they've went. I know they've went to. I know they've went to the Bahamas at least twice. So yeah. All right. Pretend Story says my finishing move is the facial. Oh shit! Oh my god! Whoa! Oh, my lord! Well, I didn't see that coming. Pretend Stories. Oh my lord! Naughty, 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 naughty! Unbelievable. So Pixel, how? I don't know if Pixel's here still, but Pixel, if you are still here, tell me what's your favorite finishing move, and how's the Nerd Cave? Because the last thing that I saw on your Instagram that you put in the Nerd Cave was the signed copy of "They Live" from Keith David writing "motherfucker" on your Blu-ray. Which, by the way, I am jealous because Keith David has the greatest lines in "They Live" and in John Carpenter's The Thing. This voodoo bullshit, Blair. And then he's like, "How's this motherfucker wake up after thousands of years in the ice?" The way he talks, Pixel. Oh, he's fucking great. I am jealous. Pixel's got to meet Keith David, and he's got to meet the original OG Nick Castle that played Michael O. Myers. I'm so jealous that you got to do that, Pixel. I mean, I'm happy that you got to do it, but man, Fears would cut off his right arm to interview Nick Castle. I've got to interview Kane Hodder 3 times, the guy that played Jason, and in my eyes, I think Kane Hodder is the best guy that's played Jason because there's been a lot of people that have played Jason Voorhees, but there's only been I think like what 3 or 4 guys that have played Michael, and then there's one guy that's played. Oh no, there's 2 guys now that have played Freddy. Robert Englund played Freddy for like 7 times, and then I don't remember the other guy, but the other guy played Freddy once, and it was like a remake, and it was crappy, and it was not even worth watching. Yo, Randy's calling me right now. Hang on. Lord Randall. Randall, what's going on, buddy? Randall, I will check my Facebook right now, buddy. I'm streaming. Did you know I was streaming? Well, shout out to the fans. Tell the fans what's up. No, no, I'm I'm in my house streaming. Okay, Randall. Now these close-ups. So I like that you gave Visions some options. Like the ones that are the one that like the tall standing John Fears didn't have a hat. This one has a hat with no glasses. Then there's another picture with hat with glasses. I like them, Randy. These look good. Very detailed, my friend. I like them. I really like them, buddy. These look great. This looks really good. Yeah. Well, Randall, I'm doing a solo show today. Uh, but I mean, if you want to come watch the tail end of it.
Good because I had so low expectations.
Wow, Randall. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, no, I'm just I'm throwing the invite. So if you want to come watch the tail end of it, you're more than welcome, buddy.
Okay.
But thanks a
So am
lot.
I done?
The what?
Am I done?
Yeah, thanks a lot for the drawings. I'm gonna send those drawings uh to Vision so he can start working on the El Muggo, the Fears vlogs.
Okay, well, I gotta go because my mom's doctor is calling. I'll call you later.
All right, call me later, buddy, and tell your mom I said hi. All right, later, buddy. All right, that was Lord Randall. What a good friend. Randall's the man. All right, well, now I can send these drawings to Visions, and oh man, Pixel Fears could not wait any longer. I asked Visions to do a commission finally for the Fears vlogage mug. Oh yes, and I can't wait for it to be a reality. And I gave him some like 3 or 4 photos to just to give him some options. Just to give him some options. So, oh no, I cannot do a photo reveal. Pretend because whenever he gets done with the mug, that's when I'm going to do the reveal. I may post a picture of one of the cartoon drawings in the Discord, but maybe I'll let you guys know. I haven't decided, but the drawings look good. They look fantastic. They do look pretty good. By the way, big shout out to Visions for actually doing the commission. So, Visions, I haven't seen Visions today. Maybe Visions is busy. I did tell him. I did tell him. Let me try to write him again. I did tell him that I was streaming today, so I hope he can make it. But if he can't, I completely understand. Let's see here. Um, I just said, "Hey, can you make the stream?" I said, "If not," I said, "If you can't, no worries." Uh, and then I'm gonna be like, "I'm streaming right now." Have been for a while. I just said, "Let me know." Let me know. Pretend story says, "Can we get a tease?" No, you cannot get a tease, buddy. Absolutely not. All right, time for Day of the Dead. So this is the third installment in the George Marrero series. So the first one is Dawn of the I'm sorry, Night of the Living Dead, then Dawn of the Dead, then Day of the Dead. And I think the next one is Land of the Dead. I know there's like 5 or 6 in the series, but let me look on Google and see how many movies there is because I know there's a couple in the series. Let's see. How many George Romero? Oh, there's 6 zombie films. There's 6 zombie films. So there's Night of the Living Dead. There's Night of the Living Dead. There is Dawn of the Dead. Day of the Dead. Survival of the Dead, and then Diary of the Dead, and then there is Land of the Dead. So that's six. And he made Land of the Dead in 2005. He made Diary of the Dead in 2007. And then he made Survival of the Dead in 2009. So the next one, so I guess the next one that he did after Day of the Dead was so he didn't do another zombie film until so he did like he did Day of the Dead like in the 80s, and then he waited until 2007 to do Diary of the Dead. That one I haven't seen yet. I've seen Survival of the Dead, and I've seen Land of the Dead. So he did let's see. So I guess the way he did, so he did. Let's see, 2007, 2009. When did they film Land of the Dead? Okay, so Day of the Dead was 1985. So Night of the Living Dead was 19. So the very first one, Night of the Living Dead, was 1968. Wow, they filmed that quite a long time ago. Plus, it's so fucking cool that they filmed it in black and white. I also have the colored version too, where they colored it. It's good, but I like it in black and white. Then they did Dawn of the Dead in 1978. Very good movie. I mean, very good. Then it was Day of the Dead in 1985, and then the next one. Okay, so the next one. I'm sorry. So the next one, he did not film another zombie film until 2005. So that's a long time to wait. I mean, that's a long time. Day of the Dead, 1985, and then the second one, and the next one, Land of the Dead, was 2005, and then after Land of the Dead, then it was Diary of the Dead, 2007, and then the last zombie film I think he made before he passed away was Survival of the Dead, 2009. I mean, but I'll be honest, I'm not narking him. Every single one of his zombie films that he made were fucking so great and on point, and they're kind of like action adventure. They are horror movies and they're zombie films, but they're also like action adventure too. There's a shitload of action in all of them, and they're really good, really good. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Holiday of the Dead, Randall. Randall, hang on, let me Google this. Let's see. Let's see. Is Randall bullshitting me? Let's see. Holiday of the Dead. Randall, you are so full of crap. There's no movie called Holiday of the Dead. You're hilarious. You're hilarious, buddy. Oh man. Funny. Funny, 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 Randall. Funny, 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 funny. I'm looking on Google and I'm seeing no images of Holiday of the Dead movie. So yes. I'm not seeing it, Randall. You lie, Randall. Another lie to the Randall lie list. Unbelievable. So yeah, I'm telling you though, all of his zombie films are bloody fantastic, guys. So big shout out to George Marrero. Hopefully that's how you say his last name. And the upcoming Prom of the Dead. You know what, Randall? Another one that Randall and Visions suggested was Class of 1984 and Class of 1999 and Class of 1999 Part 2. So I'm going to get those too, Pixel. What do you mean, like on my whiteboard or a drawing I do on a computer? I like them both, Randall. I like when you do drawings on your whiteboard, and I love the drawings that you do on your computer. They're both good. So yeah. Uh, Give me 1 second. I guess Visions is working. I just said, I guess you're working. Sorry if I disturbed you, buddy. Reviewing Day of the Dead. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. So I'm gonna mail him the photos laters. So yeah, yep. Oh, here's Randy. Oh, hang on. Hello?
Hello, are you there?
I'm here, buddy. What's up?
Hey, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Pretend Story Times.
Oh, sorry, man.
When can we get a drawing teaser? And it's rotten, and it's not Ronero, it's Romero.
Romero. I didn't know how to pronounce his name, Randall. Romero. No. Actually, Pretend Stories was asking me, can we get a drawing reel of the one that you just sent me? And I said, oh no. I said I'm gonna mail him to Visions, and I said whatever drawing he decides to pick to put on the Fears Vlogs mugs. I said because I told Visions that I said Randy has given you a couple of options, and I told Visions I don't care which one you put on. I said put on the Fears Vlogs logo, and then pick whatever cartoon picture drawing of me you want. And he went, all right.
No, I said I'm gonna mail him to Visions, and
So he said, sounds good, Fears. So yeah. All right, Randall. Well, I'm gonna let you go because I know you got stuff to do with your mom. But tell her I give your mom my love. And
I can talk right now. She just had a call on the phone.
oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, I got tons of time, so if you want me to be in the stream, I can be in the stream.
well, I'm about to end it here soon because I need to get some lunch and I got some errands to do and stuff before work and I need to do some editing. I'm gonna edit the Vince McMahon thing that you made for me. I'm gonna edit the little Christmas music video, and plus I'm gonna do my own version of "Please Be Patient." I got Crohn's, buddy.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and edit those three today. So yeah.
All right.
But Randall, man, you have been pumping out the content, my friend.
Yep.
Randall, and I'm loving it. So feel free to use whatever type of Fearsman footage from Fears Vlogs and Fearsman 26. Go nuts. Have a ball, buddy.
Okay.
So yeah, sometime this week or this weekend we need to work on the last part of the Fearsman 5 script.
Yeah, we'll do that sometime later on in the week.
Yeah, I don't care when later on the week. Just let me know because you can't do another drawing until we write the end of the script.
Yeah.
And then after we write it and because now that he's thrown the block the block with Black Aldrin in it into space, like the last shots we need is Randall Brownstein and Fearsman talking in the security office, and then Dick Jones sends them an email saying, "Hey, there's a new gang in town called the Mockingbird," and then they're gonna look at the email and go, "Well, maybe we can find some more information about the Mockingbird if we go back to Black Aldrin's hideout and check out, the information and try to crack the code on his computer and get some more information." And then that's when we're gonna end the show, and then we have the after credits scene. But I don't want to tell the fans about the after credits scene, but it's going to be a goodie.
Yeah, you did say Romerno.
Did I say Marerno? My bad. I didn't want to mispronounce his name. Say it one more time for me. Romero. I just didn't want to mispronounce it, and I did, and I didn't want to insult the fucking guy because I love his fucking movies. He's a goddamn genius when it comes to rotting zombies. I mean, the guy is a. It sucks that George Marrero like passed away.
You did it again.
Randall, he's got such a weird last name. It's hard to pronounce. Say it one more time for me. Romero. I just gotta say it a couple times so I get it in my brain. And you know what, Randall? I had a chance to meet him at Wizard World, but he was just charging an arm and a leg, and I couldn't do it. Now I wish I would have done it.
Yeah, because he's a zombie film director. That's why he's charging an arm and a leg.
Exactly, Randall. I like that joke, buddy. A nice little Randy pun there. That's what I'm talking about. No, Randall, seriously, like for a photo, he wanted $100 just for a photo. Then for an autograph, it was like 160 or some shit. And I'm like, listen, I love your zombie films, but I don't love them that much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, buddy. But keep pumping out those surprise projects. But
Yeah, I'll keep pumping out the content. And if y'all people in the chat want me to pump out content, the more comments I get in the chat, the more content I will make. So there you
ooh.
go.
Well, I'm looking forward to the next kind of Fears the next little Fears project that that you come up with. But really, Randall, the next project that I'm looking forward to once we finish Fearsman episode part 5, I have not voiced the character of Cody in so long, so I can't wait to do the next cameo, man. Have you got an idea of what the next project that we're gonna work on?
Yeah,
Oh, awesome. Do you want to reveal it to the fans or just keep it a secret?
secret.
Okay, buddy. Awesome. I can't wait. I cannot wait to bring Cody back to life. That's right, man. All right,
Talk
buddy.
to you later.
All right, Randall. Yeah, call me a little later on tonight, all right?
Okay.
All right, bye, buddy.
Bye.
Good old Randy Paul Brown. Randy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. All right, let's see here. Yeah, George Oh, God, he's got such a fucking hard name to say. George Marrero, I think is how you say his name. Pixel, it's a hard name to pronounce, but God bless him. It sucks that he passed away. Great film director. Great film director. It's hard to say his name, though. You just told us the whole Fearsman story for the new episode a bit ago. No, I did not, Pixel. That I was talking about Fearsman 5. Fearsman episode 6 is where they actually go back to Black Aldrin's secret hideout and they try to access some information about the new gang in downtown St. Louis called the Mockingbird. And chaos ensues in episode 6. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say. But it's going to be a goodie. It's going to be a goodie. All right, Day of the Dead. So this was the third installment. It was made in 1985. If you buy the Blu-ray, tons of bonus features, and I loved it. Pixel, when you so you get a new documentary that they filmed called World's End: The Legacy of Day of the Dead. You get the movie comes in high definition. You get auto commentary from the writer director George and special effect makeup artist Tom Savini, which by the way he did a cameo in Land of the Dead and he did a cameo in Dawn of the Dead and he did the makeup for the very first Jason Voorhees. Um, so yeah, and then Tom Savini, Pixel. He's still alive. I would give anything in the world. I've seen him in interviews. He sounds like a cool fucking guy. I would give anything to interview him. God, I would love that. Just to have like 5 minutes of an interview on my YouTube channel. Oh, it'd be so good. Let's see. And then you also get commentary from production designer Cletus Anderson. Hopefully that's how you say his name. And then actress Laurie Cardell. Then you get behind the scenes footage from special makeup artist from the Tom Savini archives. Then you get photo galleries. Then you get TV spots, theatrical trailers. So I mean, it is chopped full of goodies, guys. And since I had already seen this before, I had never seen any of the behind the scenes. So when Fears watched it last night before I went into work, I watched all of this stuff first, and then I rewatched the movie. Favorite scene? There's so many good scenes, but probably it's one of the opening shots where you see the newspaper and it says The Dead Walk, and it's windy, and the newspaper kind of flies through the air, and it like leans up against a brick wall, and it just shows The Dead Walk, and then you see all the dead just slow but surely walking down the street. That's a good shot. That's one of my favorite scenes. Another scene I like probably when the zombies get onto the elevator and they find the underground military base and all the zombies are riding down on the elevator and they fall off the elevator and they just attack all the soldiers at the end. That's a good scene. But my favorite scene, let's see here. I mean, there's so many good scenes. Probably the scenes like where the zombie Bud is like listening to music. That's a good scene. But there's so many good scenes. I don't know if I can pick a favorite scene. Uh, Another good scenes where oh, and I found out the helicopter guy's real name. I did interview a long time ago. I interviewed the black guy in this movie. His name is Terry Alexander. Terry Alexander, and he's the guy that he plays Flyboy that flies the helicopter. I got to interview him, and I got to interview the military guy that says "nice hat, asshole." That's probably my favorite scene, the "nice hat, asshole." Now that I think about it, so I interviewed two of the actors in this at my buddy Dave's convention called Contamination, and it was a long time ago. A long time ago. So it's I think both of those interviews, if memory serves me right, are on Fearsman 26. So if you guys want to check out, if you want to check out uh, those interviews, please check them out because they were probably I don't know if they were the first two interviews of celebrities I ever did, but they were two of the first two of the first few. I think the very first celebrity interview I ever put on is Randy's favorite when I interviewed Denise Crosby. I think that was the very first celebrity interview I ever put up on my channel, if memory serves me right. Cameo Man says, in the next Cameo Man, I'm going to write Cody's lines filled with words you butchered. No, Randy, don't do that. Come on, man. Do not do that. Uh, Say this sentence, Fears. I would say I no. I'm not saying that, Randy. Now you're making fun of Fears. Listen, there's some words that are hard for me to pronounce. It's not. That's a normal thing. I'm sure you guys out there, I'm sure one of my fans has hard time pronouncing something. So, plus I was kind of nervous because I did not want to butcher the director's name, and I accidentally did it. I did as best as I could. But yeah, I'm telling you, check out my Day of the Dead interviews for the two actors. They were so generous with their time, and I got to interview the guy that played Tarman out of Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2, because he came back for part 2. And interviewing Tarman for the out of the Return of the Living Dead series, he was such a cool guy too. And I was like, dude, how's it feel to like play Tarman? It was an honor. He goes, Tarman is legendary in zombie history, and I was like, that's true. I'm like, Tarman is quite the unique zombie. And he came back for a third time because Tarman is not in. I don't think Tarman is in the third and fourth one, but Tarman comes back in Return of the Living Dead 5, Rave to the Grave, and he goes, I never thought they'd call me back. He goes, but years went by and they made the fifth one. Was like, hey, you want to play Tarman again? And he's like, oh, fuck yeah. So I was like, that's a good gig. I would do Tarman 3 times in my life. Hell yeah. But look at this. I love this, the cartoon art. All these movies, like from back in the day, I guess on Blu-ray, man, these people take such a good time creating this art. I mean, how epic is this like cartoon art for this Blu-ray? Like, I'm giving credit where credit's due. I mean, that must have took someone a long time to draw all that fucking art out, and it's awesome. Plus, Day of the Dead takes place in Florida, but what they shot it in 2 locations. They shot all of the outside locations was in Florida. Then, whenever they shoot down in like the secret military like bunker, they actually shot that in a mine in Pennsylvania. It was around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because George is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he likes to shoot a lot of his zombie films in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or around Pittsburgh, because that's where he grew up and that's where he was born. So it makes sense. So anytime you see them in the military bunker, or in the mines, that's in Pennsylvania. Anytime you see them outside, they're in Florida. So I don't know where in Florida they filmed, but they filmed in Florida because you can see palm trees and you can see alligators and shit, like in the opening shots. There's an alligator that walks out of an abandoned bank, like in one of the first few shots of the film. But and Fears actually at the convention. I don't know if it was Terry Alexander or the actor that says, "Hey, nice hat, asshole." One of them was selling a an actual. Now this is a real prop. They said we grabbed a bunch of those newspapers from the set, and I bought one, and those actors signed it. So that is an actual prop. It's not a It's not a reproduction. I asked them at the convention, Pixel. I was like, "Is this an actual one?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "They made thousands copies of it." Well, I don't know if they said thousand, but they said they made tons of copies of it. Actually don't know how many copies they made, but they said they needed a few, and they said they gave some of the actors some of the newspapers. He goes, and I took two or three, and no one's bought one at a convention until now. Fears, and I was like, oh, I'll buy one. I don't remember how much it was, but it was a lot. It was a lot, trust me. And Fears has got that somewhere in a box, encased in glass in Missouri somewhere. So it's safe and sound. But one of these days I'll bring it out here and put it on the wall. But I'm telling you, this art is good. So if you guys get a chance, watch this film. Great zombie film. Definitely 9 out of 10. It is so good. It's chopped full of bonus features. So if you like the behind the scenes stuff just as much as Fears does, I love behind the scenes footage of how they make films and shit. So check out all that stuff because they got some great bonus features, great bonus content. The movie's fantastic, and in the film they have featured zombies. They've got like a lot of background zombies, but then if you look, George says in one of the interviews, "I like to put in background zombies." He goes, and then I told Tom Savini, put in some featured zombies that have a lot of makeup on. So one of the features ones is that one zombie's got his mouth blown off, and he just has a mouth, two eyes and a nose and no mouth, and he's all like that. Another one is a clown zombie where he's just got decay all over his face, decay all over his arms. His clown costume is just ripped to shit. Another one of the featured zombies is this guy, Bud. They called him Bud. It's either Bub or Bud in the movie. I can't remember, but there he is. So he's a featured zombie. This guy with no chest, right here. He's a featured zombie. So a lot of the featured zombies are on the front cover. This woman right here, you see her at least a couple of times in the film. And then this guy with the red shirt, he's a featured zombie too. So it's cool that they put a lot of the featured zombies on the front cover. But yeah, great storyline, 9 out of 10. Lots of action, lots of zombie killing. It's pretty good. It is cool. Let's see. Pretend Story says, I think was a boss character in the Call of Duty Black Ops and Nazi Zombie Call of the Dead. Oh, I didn't know that. Really? That's what's up. That's pretty cool. So if you guys have not checked this out, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this, and I highly recommend this. But out of the two, watch this one first. This one is so good. And Visions, I'm sorry. I guess Visions is working. He didn't get back to me. But I really wanted Visions to be here to check out the review. So Visions, you're gonna have to watch it some other time, buddy. But I don't expect Visions to show up to every show. I mean, he's a good friend and a good fan. He shows up to almost all of them. So, but I understand Visions has got a business. He's got his own life. So I'm sure he'll watch it. Some other time. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. We have been going for an hour and 34 minutes. Fears is going to skedaddle because I'm going to edit some videos today, and I'm going to watch some new movies that I got about 2 weeks ago that I haven't even got to yet before work. I have to go in at work today at 3:45 in the morning. Oh, man! So, but hey, Shout out to all the fans, and guess what? Fears finally got his 5th day back. I said that at the beginning of the stream, but now since there's 8 people watching, my boss came up to me, and actually, it's been back for a while. It happened last week, and I forgot to tell you guys. My boss came up to me and said, "Hey, Fears, I got some good news." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "What's going on?" And he said, "First of all," he goes, "I'm really proud of you." He goes, "You've been working away, not complaining. You're a good guy. You always show up." And I said, "Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate you saying that." And he goes, "Yes, hard work pays off." And he goes, "I just wanted to show my appreciation." And they gave everybody hamburgers. And I was like, "I'll take a hamburger, right on." I'm like, "I don't really need one, because I'm trying to lose some weight." But I said, "I appreciate that." And then he said, "Also, I got some other good news." And I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "Well, because we're getting a little bit busier," he goes, "we're giving everybody their 5th day back. So no more 3 days a week, no more 4 days a week." And I was like, "Nice." And he goes, "Do you want?" He goes, "And some days you'll be working 6 days." He goes, "Do you?" He goes, and then he said, "Do you want that?" He goes, "Or do you want to keep your old schedule of 4 days?" And I said, "No." I said, "Give me as many hours as humanly as possible." And he went, "All right, cool, Fears." I said, "I've got bills to pay and I like having extra money." So I said, "Give me as many shifts as possible. Give me as much hours as possible." And he went, "Gotcha, Fears." And I went, "You're the man, buddy." So I'm pretty excited about that. I got my 5th day back. And some days I won't be able to hang out on Saturday because he said, "Well, do you mind working a Saturday here and there and getting a 6th day?" Some weeks. He goes, "It won't be every week, Fears." I said, "I like having Saturday and Sunday off," but I said, "Yes, I don't mind every once in a while, working a Saturday." And he went, "Cool." He goes, "Thank you." He goes, "We need the help." And I said, "Yeah, no worries, man. Let me knows. Let me knows." So I said, "It's all good. It's all good under the hood." Anyway, I'm gonna finish my coffee off camera. I'm gonna get some food, maybe a little nap. I already took a nap, but I may take another one because you guys know I love my naps. My El Napos, I love them. Listen, it's a proven fact. The more you get older, the more naps you take. So, like when I'm 90, Fears probably won't stream all day. I'll probably just nap all day, and then when I'm 90, I'll still be streaming at 90. Probably like around 8 o'clock every day. That's when I'll stream. But throughout the day, I'll just be like, "Yeah, forget you guys. I'm taking a nap all day." That's right. Anyway, Fears loves you. Fears cares about you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Fearsman26 and Fears Vlogs. Subscribe to my buddy Sam. Give him some like, give him some loves because Sam right now, he's going through some hard times. Check him out at Egotistical Commando. That's his first channel. Check out his second channel, the Marinara Podcast, and check out his third channel, his new and improved channel, where he does his Egotistical Commando lives. That's right. Egotistical Commando lives. That's the newest one. Check out my buddy, my pal, Randall, Lord Randall at Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic. That's right, Randall. I wasn't going to forget about you. Randall, if you want to know the answer to that question, why I created Fearsman, it was at the very beginning. That was the first topic I talked about. So rewatch it, and yes. So subscribe to my buddy, my pal, Randy on Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic. Subscribe to Lord Pixel, Lord of the Pylons at Pixel Protocol on YouTube. Check out my buddy Visions at www.exhumevisions.com. Oh yeah, buy some cool shit because Visions is a cool, awesome buddy, cool, awesome motherfucker, and he's got motherfucking great merch. Fantastic merch. I've bought a couple things off of his website. I plan to buy more things off his website. Visions, the next one I'm probably going to buy is either that Please Respond shirt or the massive laser disc. A guy's holding a massive laser disc, and it says, "There's a movie on this disc." And it's a huge fucking massive laser disc. So one of those, buddy. I'll probably buy both of them, but probably in order, I'll probably buy the laser disc one first, and then the Please Respond where the guy's losing his mind and he's about to blow his head off and it says, "Please Respond." That shirt always makes me lose it. Like that guy. That's fucking great. Let's see who else. Check out Richie Wright. He is the master, challenge master. Check him out. Richie, I'm finally caught up. I finally watched the soda review, and I watched what was it, eating pudding or some shit like in the shower, or eating pudding on the fucking toilet, or whatever the hell it was. It was hilarious. All right, well, Fears loves you. Fears cares about you. I'm signing off, guys. Have a good rest of your Monday. I just thought I would start off the week with an epic stream. Again, definitely recommend both of these movies. Watch this first, then this next. All right, this is Fears, and I'm signing off.